Hello everyone, FunctionX here. Welcome back to another episode of Utopia³ Resurrected, the Feed the Beast Resurrection Pack. We've been doing a lot of things on the server here with our company. I'll start by showing what I've done to my character. I've got him 2 pieces of nano armor. Cool. I just had the stuff, so I figured I'd make it. I've got Boots of the Traveler that enchanted level 30 enchant. Look at what went on those. Haste 2, Protection 3, Feather Falling 4, and Breaking 3. That was just one level 30 enchant that I used. That's amazing. Dave made me those because he's kind of the Thaumcraft guy on our company. And then I've got this Fortress Helm that I had before, but I had not upgraded it. And look what it got. Protection 4 and Breaking 3, Respiration 3. Those are like the 2 best, I think like pretty much as high as you can get. I guess Protection 4 would have been better. No, I don't think you even get that normally through a regular enchanting table. So anyway, I was really happy with how those got enchanted. You'll see... Close. Kia and Kiki have been making... expanding this area to new farms and new things. Still waiting on those nice juicy sandwiches or hamburgers, whatever the top Pam's Harvest Craft food is. Sky did an attempt at making our corporate logo. There it is. It's pretty cool. Nothing over there. Over here, we did a few things. Thrak put in this cobble gen. It's making us quadruple compressed cobblestone, and he had enough to make the portal to the deep dark. So we've got that portal. We'll be heading there shortly to explore the deep dark and see what kind of Greg Tech ores are in there. I built us a beacon. How did I build us a beacon? Where did I get a wither? Well, Landstrider has a farm in the nether that just has a ethereal sword with looting 3 on it, just constantly attacking out of an autonomous activator. So if you just hang out there for a while, it'll kill withers, and you can get the wither skulls. I think it probably took me 2 hours of AFK just to get like 12 wither skulls. It's not a very effective system, but it did finally get the skulls we needed. So I took those skulls and some stone and killed the first wither. And with that, I got myself a warding focus. I enchanted that. Got Fugal 3 and Breaking 3. I'm having great luck with enchanting. I was pretty happy about that. I've also got my goggles here. They got in Breaking 3 Protection 4. So other than repair, that's pretty much awesome for those as well. But yeah, so I got the focus warding, and I focused a little tower here. This is all focused. You can't break it. And in here, you just make a wither. So there, little T, put his heads on, and he can't get out. And if you stand in one of these 2 corners, he can't really hit you. And you can kill him. So me and Sky Thrak killed him a couple times. And we all got a few wither nether stars, and made myself some wings. These are the invisible type, so you can't see them. I've got you can't. In the other mod pack, you can cycle through them. Like if you don't like the invisible, you can just put them back in the crafting table and get the other ones. Okay, guess I'm stuck with invisible wings. That's fine. But now I have creative flight. Let's take a look at the base from above. This is kind of embarrassing because there's a bunch of things unfinished. Like you can see the roof. I still need a lot of glass, a lot of lab blocks. This guy, I need to put some kind of cool looking roof on him so he's not just a ugly thing. The smokestack's almost done. And then the base and the water tower still need to be fleshed out. They're still made out of cobble. We got all our farms running strong here. And yeah, and then with the last wither star, I built a beacon because I have a ton of iron. You want to see where our iron's coming from? Yeah, this is crazy. So remember I showed you we had those little guys from the Twilight Forest, and they're getting us iron boots. Well, you just take a few iron boots. Well, actually, I've automated it, so I don't need to take iron boots out of here. But this little transfer node grabs some iron boots out of here, throws it in a rail... I'm stuck on something. Throws it in a Railcraft rock crusher, and you just... Yeah, look at all this iron. I think the wood pulp comes from the pickaxes here. Are we like completely... Yeah, we're stuffed on coal, and we've got a whole file cabinet full of coal. That's probably just stacks and stacks and stacks of coal. Even the boots, they've completely filled up the filing cabinet, and so those are going into the trash can now. I need way to pull out this iron dust and put it in a barrel, because this thing backs up if you do that, but that's fine. Pretty happy about it. Just get all this iron. Okay, what else we got here? The same thing goes with the hose. We can put those and get in gold. So we got infinite gold, infinite iron, infinite coal. And then over here, this is the Minnow Shroom. He's making diamond axes. I'm going to grab one of those. But there's probably like hundreds and hundreds of diamond axes in there. So let's go upstairs and go over to GregTech, and I'll show you what I've been doing. You can see the front of the GregTech building is just about complete. I've got all of the lamps in there. Let me fly up so I can show you. So I've got the GregTech logo all lit up, and I think I'm missing like 2 or 3 more red lamps right there, but every other window is fully around. I like this. If you don't have a lot of glass, just get a garage door and hit it with a hammer until it looks like windows, and then you can paint it however you want. And then you have a window, a big giant window that you can open. So if I want to fly in through the top, yay! Cool. I like that. It was just easy way to make a giant window. And then I've kind of colored these garage doors with, what did I use? Blackstone, I think? It's like nether quartz, or I don't remember. Maybe it was just stone and squid ink. Okay, here's the GregTech area. This area hasn't much changed, but I want to come over to the hammer real quick. And if you put this Minotaur axe in the hammer, after a little while, it takes a while, it's not fast, we'll see what comes out. You'd expect diamond dust to come out, right? And then you would have to have an implosion chamber to actually get a diamond from it, but that's not the case. While that's hammering, I'm going to throw some of this iron dust in here. It's done, and we have what? Come on, show me. Are you done? Where'd they go? There we go. 4 diamonds. So for every axe, when we throw it in the hammer, we get 4 diamonds out. And we have, you know, hundreds of axes, so we have hundreds, if not thousands, of diamonds. Sky, you did an awesome job with that. That's cool. So yeah, no problem ever again with diamonds. Okay, so you look at my ore chests, and they're starting to get empty. And it was a pain in the butt trying to filter them through all the steam machines, and I don't really have this automated at all, other than just extracting the output. So I wanted to move forward with automation. So that's what we're going to show next. But let's go over here and look, see what we've got going over here. Sky put a void pipe on the electrolyzer because you get this chlorine out when you electrolyze salt, and it's worthless. You can bleach wool with it back to white wool, and that's about it. So we've got a bucket here if we ever need it, 32 buckets full, and everything else is getting voided. Thrak also built the chemical reactor, and he's using that to get Certus quartz. You take the purified Certus dust and mix it with some sodium and some water, and you get Certus quartz. You can do that in the autoclave, but there's a % chance that you lose it, and we don't want to lose anything because we're trying to get into AE right now. I built a polarizer. I think I already showed that. Centrifuge. Yeah, none of the other machines are new. Oh, did I show the extruder? I don't remember I showed the extruder, but this thing is freaking awesome. Yeah, I did show you the extruder right at the end. But you can take a... well, no, I don't want to use stainless steel. You can take anything, and we've got the plate. The plate one was a waste because this guy actually makes plates faster in the bending machine. But for things like rings, it makes like 6 rings per ingot. It makes like 8 bolts per ingot. It's amazing. For everything else, it just saves you a ton. One gear is only 4 ingots. So the extruder definitely was worth making as our first MV machine. And I made a few more. So let's go up and talk about a few things that I've got going upstairs. I've expanded to 2 bioreactors now, so I've got the under chest feeding into both. The farm's doing great. Really, it's Oh, maybe not. Oh, there's the... I'm like, why is that not a full stack? Okay, so the farm's doing great. It's keeping up with a full stack here, even keeping these 2 bioreactors loaded, and I might actually make 4 if I need to. But yeah, so this is keeping the reserve tank full and the buffer full. It's perfect efficiency on both of them. Well, I guess this guy is being drained a little bit. These pipes are weird. They both go in, and even though it's the same distance, one of them always seems to win out. I had the same thing with the ethanol. So I might... I don't know. It's probably not a big deal. I just think this one probably doesn't ever run, and this one probably runs all the time, so... And it's got negative biofuel. Look at that. What? Something weirdly weird going on with those kind of things. I've added another power capacitor and another fuel tank to these. And I've added a lot more turbines. So you can see we now have 19 turbines, and we can hold up to 33 buckets of biofuel and 1 million MJs, which is something like 2.5 million EU in there. I've got this one just powering that hardened energy cell in case I need it around the base. I might switch that to a Tesseract when I have the chance, or when I have the materials to. We're not quite there yet. But for right now, it's just kind of a manual battery I can move over wherever I need to process using RF. And I've built a odd little setup here. What this is 4 MV emitters in a little plus sign outputting into 4 CESUs. Right now, the HV emitter, which is what I'd like to have. Let's see if we get this to come up in any eye. Takes a high voltage transformer. And you know what? I probably could have built this. Yeah, there's nothing really advanced in here. I could build one of those if I wanted, but I thought this looked cooler. It's got these 4 CSUs. These ones are just a ton of bronze. I went through like 2 stacks of bronze to make these 4. But they hold an additional 300,000 EU, so that's 1.2 million EU. So altogether we have like 3.5 million EU, maybe 4 million EU in reserve, just waiting. But this is an MV GregTech transformer, and it transforms the medium voltage coming out of a CSU to high voltage GregTech. And you can't just... What I was going to try to do was put him just butt right up against to 4 of these, like scoot him in one and point these inward, so all 4 as a plus sign would point into him. But these blocks don't recognize the GregTech transformer as something that can receive EU, because they're looking for an IC2 EU. So you need this intermediate step where you send it out of the generator into a IC2 block, so CSU because we're using MV, and then put it into the GregTech transformer. So we're getting transformers again. They take 4 amps of the lower voltage and convert it to 1 amp of the higher voltage in step-up mode, which I've hit it with a soft hammer to make it in step-up mode. So I've got 4 amps of 128 coming in, and 1 amp of 512 high voltage going out. So if I didn't have 4 CSUs, then it would send 1 amp of 512, but only every 4 ticks, because it's got to like hold up until it gets 4 packets in. So this way I'm providing 4 packets a tick, and it's going to send that out every tick. So we're getting high voltage. Even though everything here is medium voltage, we're now sending high voltage. Cool thing about high voltage is I can use these blue alloy cables. They're really easy to make. There's silver and nickelite, and I have like gobs and gobs of nickelite and quite a bit of silver. And I'm using 1X blue alloy, which has a max amp of 2. So even though it's 1X, it can hold 2 amps at 512. And it only loses 1 EU volt per block. And because I'm using high voltage, right here we've started at 512, so 511, 510, 509. But you can see we can run this wire quite a long ways, 512 blocks to be exact, before it runs out of juice. So that's why I wanted to go up to high voltage. If I ran a 4X medium voltage line, it would be losing, starting at 128 and going down over every single amp. I don't want that. Why not just send 1 amp and lose a little bit of power? So that's the reason for using the blue alloy high voltage cable. That just goes around and comes back out there. It goes down here to another transformer that takes the high voltage back down to medium to power the electric blast furnace. It also, as it goes out there, comes... there's another, right behind this battery pack here, I guess I can show it, is another high to medium voltage transformer. So that's going to send it back to medium. Puts it in here, medium voltage battery buffer. I've got 4 sodium batteries in there, and they're all 128. So those will stay full because I'm sending 512 out, and this is converting to 4 amps of 128, and so it'll fill 4 batteries for me. Pretty cool. If the electric blast furnace is running, then there is a chance that these batteries will slowly start to drain a little bit. But I just try and make a point not to run both at once. Eventually we'll have an HV emitter coming out of here and just put out like a ton of amps of HV or something. I don't know. We'll see. The blue alloy wire is so quick, and when I want to upgrade it, I can just recycle it back into the ingots. I'll lose the rubber, but rubber's not a big deal. Sound good? Okay, so here's my attempt at automation. This is all going to be replaced with AE2 very soon. Sky's working on that. Thrack's working on that. And yeah, we're going to have AE2 in here. But for now, I'm just going to kind of do it kind of automated, kind of manual. I built a few machines. This is an advanced macerator, so it's the same thing as macerators downstairs, just a little bit faster. This one is the ore washing plant, and this one is the thermal centrifuge. Okay, and those are the 3 kind of most important machines when you're automating, and you want to get the most output from your ores, especially the GregTech ores. So this wire here is 4x copper. Oh, GregTech makes me say the weirdest words sometimes. 4x copper, so it can carry the 4 amps out of here. It does have, I think, a 2 amp loss. Yeah, 2 EU loss, sorry. But luckily I'm not using that much of it, so it's not going to lose too much. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're losing 8 when we come out here. So this one's getting 120 volts in there every tick. And macerating, honestly, uses like 2 or 4 EU. So this machine doesn't use that much at all. So, excuse me, could probably put like 3 or 4 macerators here in a row. And this design is designed to be extendable. So all I have to do is run this cable out this way, put more machines this way, and put more transfer nodes this way. And I could really extend it. Well, kind of not, because it would touch all this, but I could, yeah, actually I could go all the way out to the wall with it if I wanted to. Got a muffler there. All right, so let's talk about the automation. Anything that I want macerated, I just need to put in this chest. So I can take whatever ore I want, put it in here, it's going to pull it out and stick it in this advanced macerator. So if I had 2, it would just have another thing and it would, fill out. Probably a good idea to put a round robin upgrade in here, so it kind of used them both if it needed to. But right now I might switch that with an ender tank or an ender chest, and then downstairs by the ores I could just dump in whatever I wanted macerated into that chest. It would go in there. Then I've got a chest over here that is completely full, actually, that has a retrieval node with some stack upgrades and speed upgrades. So that thing's going to search along all these wires and look for outputs, and so it's going to pull everything out of the output slot for that machine, and then over here for that machine and whatever machine I put here. So again, even if I extended this out here, I could just extend the wires and we'd be good. I could pull out of it and push into it and have power, so it's got everything it needs, right? So that's a macerator. You've seen that one in work before. That produces the crushed ore. Crushed ore, then I can take, let's get some crushed apatite, sure, and put it in this chest. And that's going to allow that one to go now because he has room. There we go. I'm going to sort it real quick. And let me take all of the tiny piles out and the steel dust out. There we go. Give it a little more room to work. Or the stone dust. Stone dust is kind of worthless. I should be having a trash can somewhere. And actually, yeah, I'll probably go do that pretty soon. But yeah, so we stick all of the crushed ores in here, and they're going to go in the ore washing plant. This takes it from crushed ore to purified crushed, but also gives you tiny piles. So that's when I've got this tiny piles of platinum, tiny piles of cobalt, sodalite, yellowite, Certus quartz, tin. So you get all these extra stuff besides what you put in. So you can put in this lazurite, and you'll probably get lazurite plus sodalite. Yeah, pretty cool. This one's a little bit slower than the macerators, so I probably, if I have one macerator, want to have 2 ore washing plants. He also takes water, but luckily this same pipe that I'm using to do the retrieval, actually GregTech machines don't care what side you do input and output on, so I just hooked up a little undertank full of water in here and use a transfer node with liquid, and it comes along this pipe and puts it in there. So any machines I have in this line that need liquid will get it on the same line that is taking out the material, which is really cool. You know, GregTech is so difficult and tedious, but once you get to this point, it's a lot more fun because you're kind of like working on, you know, advanced builds and kind of how can I organize it so that everything works and make sure, you know, so I don't overflow, or that, you know, I can fit it in a nice compact area without losing too much power, you know. So it's kind of fun. I like it. I'm definitely having a lot more fun with GregTech now than I was when I was building that boiler down there, or the blast furnace, the bronze blast furnace. Okay, and the last machine is the thermal centrifuge. A couple notes about him: he takes a lot of power, and he takes it at 2 amps. So how much? That's one thing about NEI, is it shows you the IC2 ore washing plant and the IC2 thermal centrifuge. So you can't see the nice recipe like you can here with how much it takes and how much it draws. But I do know this takes 2 amps, and so he's going to be pretty much using 2 of these batteries full time. And this guy takes like nothing. He takes 1 amp at like 4 EU. So he takes part of that battery, and this guy probably takes the rest of that 1 battery. So I've kind of got 1 more battery left. I can use 1 more really beefy machine, or, you know, 1 machine that doesn't take a lot of things. Or I could just expand onto the macerator since he doesn't use much power at all. And then the centrifuge, so it takes the purified dust and it centrifuges it, and you have a chance at the second, what would you call it? Like extra dust. So the first extra dust you get from the ore washing plant. That's where I'm getting like the sodalite, and then I wash it, I centrifuge it, and then I can get the second output. So I get the main ingredient, the first and the second in this setup. And so yeah, we've got all these ores piling up, and we end up with a centrifuged ore like this. The centrifuged ore, I haven't now finished the assembly line here yet, but you can take that and you can either hammer it. Let's see. You can smelt it for ingots, or for nuggets. So on the, we'll call them vanilla ores, but they're kind of like the vanilla and the basic mod ores. Your copper, your tin, your iron, your lead, silver, gold, all that kind of stuff. You want to just directly smelt the centrifuge because you get 10 nuggets, and that'll give you an extra nugget, or extra nugget per ingot, right? On everything else, when you smelt the centrifuged ore, you get like 3 nuggets, so it's a waste. You can macerate it down to a dust, and then you could smelt it for an ore. So that works. That's what you use on like cassiterite or chalcopyrite. What else can you do? You can pulverize it again, and then you get additional chance for the second output. Hammer it, rock crusher it, and that's about it. So what are some of the other ones that I have centrifuged? Brown limonite. So if I do the brown limonite dust, then I would then smelt it for 1 ingot. Okay, that's pretty good. See, again, it's 3 ingots if I just smelt it directly. So I want to, what was that? Crush it or hammer it? Yeah. Macerate it again. Don't smelt it. Pulverize it, and then I could get yellow limonite dust. So I get basically 2 iron out of that. Well, that's a % chance, 10% chance. Hammer it, rock crush it. So I think what I'm going to do is, rather than stick it back in the macerator, since this guy is kind of being overloaded with just the number of, well, I guess he's processed pretty much all the ore I've put in him now. But I don't want to use him for 2 things as it backed up. So what I'm thinking is just to have a hammer. Where's the chalcopyrite again? I want to see how much energy the hammering takes to see if it's worthless. To macerate it, we know that takes like 2 EU, right? Or to hammer it, oh, it takes 16. But it's probably faster. So do we want to use more power for speed or less power overall? Yeah, less than 1 second versus 20 seconds. Well, no, that's for a whole ore. Find me a... Gosh, so many recipes in NEI. There needs to be a better way, guys. Back to macerating. 20 seconds. Yeah, so it is 20 seconds. So definitely better to hammer it. Tiny pile of phosphorus dust. Cool. I really need... Next is a way to get all this out of here and back in the machines. So let's leave it there. It's going to stop running. That's fine. Okay, so what I've got here, I've got a packager just to package all these things for me. I'm storing the stone dust I really don't need to be. Fiddle with some more iron here. There we go. And then we were going to hammer the center... Or no, we were going to cook the basic ones and hammer the other ones. So let's get all this out of our inventory. I wish this packager was a little bit faster, because it's almost like I could just craft them faster than this thing makes them. And also, I can't put a packager in the automation because it would do this and it would sit with one little dust and it wouldn't allow anything else to come in until Surge Quartz had another 8 dust. So if you guys know the way to only allow a group of 9 dust to come in at a time so that this one here is not by itself. I don't think... yeah, I don't know a way to do that, so I can say you're only allowed to come in if you have 9 of you. Otherwise, because I think it would just fill it up and wait, you know. I can regulate it to have 9, but that's not going to transfer 9 at once. That's just going to try and keep 9. And then you can see we've got billions and billions of tiny piles and ingots and dust, and I can't even fit it all in here anymore. Pretty crazy. Cobalt fits there. Sodalite, you don't even fit in there? Cool. She wants us to sleep. Okay. I wish that mod worked in Mistcraft Ages, but it doesn't. So can I make a hammer? Let's see. So I want not a transformer. Here we go. A advanced forged hammer. Takes an anvil and a piston, electric circuits. Yeah, I could definitely make this. I have everything I need. It's just going to take a lot of aluminum, but I don't think I have time. So what we're going to do is, now that we can fly, we're going to take about 5 minutes to go explore a few things. There's been a little drama on the server, and I'm going to take a quick cut, and I'll show you what I mean. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Here we are in the Nether Fortress. It was very easy to find because Nemigo and Echo published videos with their coordinates on, so it was easy to come right here. And I figured I can fly now, so I'm going to go... Oh, hello, creeper. I'm going to go mine in the end. About 3 days ago, they killed the Ender Dragon, the Nemigo Corporation. And a couple people were not excited about that because they were thinking it would be waiting for the entire server to get together and do it or something, but no. It has been declared that any company can claim any asset that has not been previously claimed for themselves. So the end has now been claimed by Nemigo & Co. So let's go in and see what they've done. The dragon is dead. I'm sure the egg is somewhere. And we've been put inside a large cobble block with a little nice book to say, "Thank you for visiting. You can now please exit." And you can knock it out. Cool. That's alright. I brought some ender pearls. A little one like there, and maybe like throw another pearl. I don't think so, Nemigo and Co. I'm in the end. I guess this is now trespassing, technically? Anyway, the dragon egg is gone, after all. And we've got a lot of endermen. But what we do have is ender ores. So, small copper. Lead. Oh, yeah, we need lead. Lead is, like, very difficult to come across right now. Oh, I think I need a silk touch pick for this. Oh, because this is small. This is small. Just give me one dust. That's fine. But look, we're getting enderly seeds. Grow here. What else is in the end? I haven't really been in the end with a Greg Tech turned on since old Greg Tech, where there were all these like, oh, there are meteors or other things out here. Oh my goodness. Look at that gigantic thing, and it's probably full of ore? No? It's not quite as dense as it was in the old Greg Tech. But, yep, that's what I'm looking for. Sodalite. Where's the diamonds? Come on. Where's my diamonds? I thought diamonds spawned with sodalite and lazurite. Maybe not. Is that the only thing on here? But, Nemson and Ego have claimed the Big Island, but I don't see any claims on any of these other islands. These are completely separate entities from the end because they're added by, you know, they're basically separate planets. So I think anybody that wants to is free to come mine out here. This one, we'll go ahead and put a pillar on the top. This is now claimed for Kiki's Delivery Company. That's ours. It's claimed, just like in Walking Dead. Claimed. Yeah, that's it. And we just have to bring ender pearls every time we want to get to it because we don't have a way of getting bypassing their little security. Oh, calcite. That's an interesting one. Lazarus. I really was thinking they were diamonds. Well, I guess I don't need diamonds. I was just hoping to see a cool ore. Oh, lapis. That one. Yes. Okay, it's worth mining. If there's lapis in here, it is worth mining for sure. So my next thing to do before I release this video is to go get a drill or something that I can mine a lot faster with and just mine the heck out of these things. Because, yeah. I can see if they want to start that kind of drama, I can return it. That's fine. It's totally fine. If you're not going to put proper security on your assets, right? And I know I'm asking for it saying that because, you know, each of our void ages there's no security on, but that's kind of expected that those are private assets that you can only come into somebody else's void age if you are invited. Anything on here? I thought they were like really cool Greg Tech ores in the end. Come on, let me see something exciting. And I hope nice if this thing's generated. Come on, chunks. I'm probably lagging the rest of the server. Okay, here's some interesting stuff. What do we got? We got packs of tin and cassiterite. And what's the third one? Usually there's a third ore type whenever there's a chunk. Or a node, or whatever this is called. A vein, yeah. No, I'm not seeing any. I might have to mine into it a little bit to see it. Tin, cassiterite, tin. Yeah, just tin and cassiterite. Well, that's fine. Don't need that for sure. We've got way too much tin. Is this just the same pack? Yeah, it is. Alright, well, I'm going to fly around the end a little more. If I see anything new besides tin and lazurite, then I will let you guys know. Okay, guys, found another one, and it's actually been like 10 seconds since I cut. But this one's got scheelite, lithium. We can now make lithium batteries. Woohoo! And honestly, it's got tungstate, which I think you can turn into tungsten. Yeah, I hope that doesn't damage me. No, I think we're good. And at least in the old Greg Tech, tungsten was required for quite a few things, including a drill, which is one of the things I want to make right now. So that's one thing about GregTech ores technically all being stone and just kind of having different texture, is you can mine them with anything at the same speed. So this end stone is hard for me to mine, it takes a little while, but this actual ore is just got the same durability as stone, which is why you can mine diamonds with a wooden pickaxe in GregTech. Okay. Yep, I'm going to mine all this and see what other nodes we can come across. Alright, here is another large vein. This one has cobaltite, nickel, pentlendite, and what was the green one? Garnierite. All these fun names to process and through my macerator that I've now built. Pretty sure all the end stone blocks will just go through fine, just like anything else, so I don't have to really change my process. Just put them through the macerator and see what we get. Since we've built up, a system now where we can get all their extra, bonus ores, yeah, then we're really getting cool stuff now in GregTech. How's my inventory doing? We're getting there. Definitely all these ore types, but I've got a bag. I can shove them all in if I need to. Okay, I just want to grab some of everything. If I see something super rare, maybe like lead. Lead, like everyone on the server is like, has anyone seen any lead? Where do you find lead? Where's lead? So, but we don't need lead to make batteries anymore, right? We're gonna make out on lithium. Actually, I still think you need the shell to be made out of lead. So, this lead is pretty important. Ah, that's tin. I don't want tin. Copper. All right, what else is on this one? Iron. I like mining in the end better because the ores stand out so much better than they do when it's made out of stone. So it's another reason that end mining is really nice. I'm wondering about getting ender quarry out here. It would turn everything to dirt and give me a ton of end stone. Ooh, platinum! Happy! Gold. I don't care about gold. Actually, we are a little bit low on gold. I'll take some. And then I could just void all the end stone, and so we're just left with a ton of ores. I think I might do that, but I'm pretty far away from getting one of those. And also I couldn't handle all the amount of ores that would come in from that kind of a system. Until we really get any set up. Oh, don't look at the Enderman. Don't mind me, Enderman. Just taking all your precious material. Oh, don't go too low. I was -5. Wow, I was actually in the void for a second there. Didn't realize it was so low here. Alright, let me go look for any other veins. If I don't find anything interesting, we'll probably come back and wrap up the episode. Okay, guys, last vein that I'll show in this mining trip. We've got some magnesite, some bentonite, glauconite, and olivine. So all good stuff, all a little bit more rare in the overworld, but quite common here in the end. So that's going to do it for this episode. If you guys liked it, make sure you hit that like button. No going and telling Namigo that I've been here. They can find out for themselves when they come in one day and the end is completely void of all ores. Until then, this has been FunShotX. Don't forget to sub to my channel. You'll be notified every time I make a video, and it's completely free, so why not? I'll see you guys in the next episode. Catch you later. Bye.